Hey, Shalom. It's Monday, 1st of March. First I want to say, Call Halayim Wahawad, La Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, Ba'asham Kakadash. That's all praises and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Yahweh is the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shah is the only God the Son, who's from the royal they call Jesus Christ. In the name of the Holy Spirit. Alright, so I can bear me 1 second, get my garbage together. Yeah, it's back in the low 30s or late 20s, I think it is. So I had to bundle up. But Shalom, you know, all honor, praises definitely due in these times we live in. You know, being faced with so much, so much evil, but yet we're still given this privilege, which is to teach the words of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, which is the Holy Bible, the Holy Scriptures, the 1611 King James Version Bible. Now, I'm going to go right into it, getting on the wicked, which is Esau, Edom, which is the so-called white man. Begin with the elites, which are the central banking families. And also I want to say, Slakia. Also I want to say, Shalom to you, sincere Akim out there is laboring. All right, and may y'all Bashim Yahushua comfort you in these trying times we're in. All right, but no, I'm just gonna go ahead and get out on the wicked today because you know, we're on his agenda as far as the so-called opening act of the domestic terrorists, because that's what Esau labels us, which we're not. All right. We have never have initiated any kind of militia activity. I know, where I believe it was, I don't know what these guys caught themselves doing, but the elder apostles and many brothers already addressed it, which we addressed that shit years ago when it happened, which I remember doing a video about that as well, because, you know, we believe they were set up to help demonize us, because, you know, that's Esau's plan. You know, that's the so-called white man's plan, to demonize us, because he has no other way to come at us, because we're not doing any acts of violence out here. And the only weapon we have, which are the words of the Heavenly Father, all right, as it is written. Matter of fact, I'll just read it. Because it's like it was just some jakes blowing and they rolled by. But Jake always, they see me out here, man. They see me out here. Now it's getting a little warm, you know, Jake gonna start to come up now, you know. But anyways, let's have a couple Jakes come up. This is the book of Hebrews chapter 4, verse 12. And it reads, "For the word of the Heavenly Father is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit, and of the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart." The heart represents the mind. All right, but it says the key point is it's sharper than any two-edged sword, because the Heavenly Father's words are a weapon, all right, to kill a lot of lies and deceit that have been told. All right, there's a lot of lies and deceit that have been told since Esau's coming back into power. When the Most High set him back up in power. All right, his whole thing was deceit. All right, the book of You know, he don't even acknowledge that the Most High is the one that put him in power. You know, so he deprived the so-called white man. But let's go to Sirach chapter 10, verse 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. You know what I mean? Everything you got was by deceit, Esau. I mean, then when you got everything, all right, by deceitful means, deceitful actions, all right, you perpetuated lies, all right, throughout your rule. And so what's been going on, it says the Heavenly Father woke us back up to our nationality, our heritage, our true heritage as being Hebrew Israelites. You've been coming against the Lord, because you know it's a sign of your end. When the Most High Heavenly Father sent out His men, His servants, all right, start with the prophets, teachers, you know, and other helpers within this ministry, all right, within this faith, within the faith, you know, that has a different office, but we all partake. We all make up the body of Yahweh Shai, all right? All of us true, sincere brothers, okay? And so you hate the fact that we're out here. We're not causing any harm to anyone. We're simply just teaching. All right, it says, let's go to the book of Nahum, chapter 3, verse 1. It says, woe to the bloody city. It is all full of lies and robbery. The prey depart not. And that's America, man. All right, woe to the bloody city. Another name for a country. All right, or as far as an established countryside or a place to live is known as a city-state. All right, which kind of want to adjust my camera real quick. Which just another name for saying a country or an establishment, you know, city-state. You know, establishment of a land is known as a city-state. So, with that being said, you know, this is a city-state, all right. The United States of America, as we call it, all right, so-called, all right. All right, so-called USA, all right? This is a city-state, and this place is full of lies, man, and robbery, all right? All of it. You robbed us for this land. You robbed our brethren for this land. You know, the so-called Mexican, now he's a illegal immigrant, but you're legal, all right? Which is a fucking example of hypocrisy, man. All right, who said you can legally live in this land, Esau? No one did to this very day, but you're still here, and you still come over, man. All you Edomites come over here, you able to live over here and do the same thing as the Edomites over here. This army over here that set up your corporation to enslave us. You partake in it, all right? And that's the reason why you had so much of the different sects of the Edomites that came over here to different parts of the Americas. The French Edomites, English Edomites, the Spaniard Edomites. All right, you had those different code names they was going by. All right, but you're all Edomites, okay? You're all Edomites, okay? Did you assume the names of the names of the lands, all right? That the real judges, the real Israelites that live in that land, which are so-called Negroes, already had named that land, you know, England, France, Ireland, things like that, you know. So, you know, you got everything by robbery, all and lying. Well, you lied by calling yourself a Jew. All right, which according to Scripture, the so-called Negroes are the real Jews, man. All right, the so-called Negro, West Indian, and Haitian descent, the tribes of the Southern Kingdom, they was collectively known as the Jews. All right, and the rest of us, we all come from the northern tribes, which was already over here ever since we left the Assyrian captivity, and the Heavenly Father guided us over here to the so-called unknown world. All right, the so-called unknown world. All right, at that time, which we, like I said before, and many brothers have said it, even this land was known to Israel because of King Solomon's navy. So, there you go. All right, and it says that the prey departed not. All right, we're still in this land, and we still are a prey to you Edomites, man, to you doubles, man. That's why you're able to. That's why you're able to penetrate our dwellings. All right, penetrate our dwellings, and also exploit Israelites, man. The way you do, putting drugs in our communities. All right, military grade weaponry. All right, even spies to infiltrate and to come back and tell you what's going on within our communities. Right? That shit with the COINTELPRO been going on for many decades, man. Many decades, man. That movie, Judas and the Black Messiah, which it's really an insult, man. The nerve of you, man. The Messiah was a so-called black man, and so was his people. So was Judas, man. All right, all the Jews, man, all the Israelites, man. All right, the so-called black and brown people, man. Which really, we're all different shades of brown, but the so-called black and brown people you call us today, we are those people. All right, but Judas and the Black Messiah is a clear example of how Esau, even the so-called white man, how he penetrates our communities and have our own people that help set us up and demonize us, man. All right, because you're always looking at a way to persecute us and to oppress us, man. And the nerve for you to say that we have or we produce hate or we promote hate. Well, of course you're supposed to hate someone that's doing evil and wicked things to your people, man. You're supposed to love an individual or people like that. I mean, it makes no sense, man. Just for example, if I have, matter of fact, I'm gonna do a factual example. All right, you think, all right, we'll go as far as the civil rights movement, right? After hardcore slavery, right? Now, what would Esau do? You might break into a Israelite man home. All right, you break to Israelite home, man, and you will fucking destroy it, rape a man's wife, daughters, kidnap them, hang them, lynch them. Are you supposed to love someone like that? There have been lynchings or hangings in this 21st century, like recently, man, recent years. All right, and you think that are people supposed to love you for those things, man? I mean, the nerve of you, man. I'm not supposed to love you for shit. You heathen do to our people, man. Especially you Edomites, man. We ain't our number one enemy, because all you heathen are our enemies, man. All right. Number one being the nation of Esau, Edom. All right. You have continued to show your hatred and your malicious intentions. All right. And your wicked devices against our people daily, man. Throughout our captivity, man. With the biochemical warfare you've been using against us to destroy Israelite lives. All right. The biochemical warfare you use. All right. That's those acts of war, man. You declare all-out war on our people from the beginning of our captivity, man. All-out war to destroy us, man. And all of a sudden now, you want to act as though you lovers or some shit like that? That makes no sense, man. All right? Let me continue. I got another precept. And this is Proverbs chapter 21, verse 7. It says, speaking about robberies and lies again, right? It says, Proverbs 21:7, the robbery of the wicked shall destroy them, because they refuse to do judgment. So it says the robbery of the wicked shall destroy them. All right. See, the Heavenly Father is not going to just judge you for no reason, Esau. Right? You're not being judged for no reason. We wasn't put in captivity for no reason. And neither were you going to captivity for no reason, Esau. You're going into captivity for a reason, man. Okay, you're the wicked, man. All right, let's name some of the wicked things you've done, man. Because matter of fact, let me read this too. Let me before I even start mentioning those things, what comes to mind is Second Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day should not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. So, we fell away from our heritage. The first part of that verse, as Israelites, we all fell away from our heritage of being Hebrew Israelites. We was called West Indian, Puerto Rican, Mexican, Negro, Haitian, Native American Indians, Cubans, Dominican, Guatemalans, Chileans, Argentinians. It's called many things, man. All these bywords on this side right here. We was called all these different names. Okay. And so during that time, we fell away. During this time, this current captivity, beginning of it, right? The Renaissance period, we began to lose our identity, our heritage, our nationality as being Hebrew Israelites. And you started putting these names right here on this, Esau. That's the act right there of hate. That brings Psalms 83rd chapter to life. It says they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more. That's an act of hate right there. That's a wicked thing in itself. You help us fall away from our heritage by keeping our heritage from us. We don't have our heritage and nationality because of you devils, man. It's the Heavenly Father, the reason why we have our heritage and nationality back. And you're upset about that. As though you control things. The Most High is the one that controls, man. Daniel chapter 4, verse 17. It tells you that to the intent that, matter of fact, let me read it. I'll hold it on deck. I'm holding on deck. But, expounding upon what I read in 2 Thessalonians 2, you are that wicked man. All right? It says that man of sin be revealed. All right? Which the man of sin is Esau, Edom, the man that's against the Heavenly Father's law. All right, everything you do goes against the Heavenly Father's law, Esau. All right. Prove us wrong. You can't deal with the truth, man. What we're speaking is the truth, and that's why you mad because your lies, all right, are being pulled down. You're not able to keep us from speaking, all right, and bringing out your wickedness. It's not us just bringing it out. It's the Heavenly Father that's working through us to bring out your wickedness, man. It's not our will. It's the Most High's will that we're doing what we're doing. All right? You think that before we went into slavery, we didn't know why we was going to slavery? Well, the prophets, the men of the Lord of old wrote down things that we as a nation were doing. And it may not happen at that time or at that moment. But through our existence as a nation, I'm talking about after the flood. I'm just going to speak on after the flood, and we came on to be known as Israelites. Okay, we put into these different captivities because of our iniquities. All right, and the Heavenly Father let it be known what we were doing as a nation. I'm talking about as a whole nation, man. What was going on within Israel, man? I'm talking about not the land, I'm talking about the people. All right, Israelites we are real people before we were a place. All right, the land of Israel is over there, but the Israelites, we're right here in America and throughout the four corners of the earth, man, among all people. As one of the curses, man. But a large bulk of us is right here in America. A representation of all the 12 tribes right here in America. This mainland of the so-called America. All right? We're right here because of our iniquities. All right? And we all had to go through captivity. The whole nation, man. All right? So we all had to go through captivity, and we're all still enduring this captivity because the Heavenly Father haven't returned and redeemed us yet. All right, that's the reason why this society is going down. Because the Heavenly Father have a number of plagues going to hit America and this whole earth, man. All right, famine, pestilence, all right, war, evil. All right, things are going to hit this place, man. All right, and it's going to be done, all right, by the left hand of the Heavenly Father. All right, using you Edomites, man. All right, but you're the main one that's against the Heavenly Father's law, Esau. All right, you're the one that give homosexual rights. Now you promote them. You put them on the pedestal. You tell them what they're doing is okay. You give them so-called holidays to represent and to flaunt and to be happy and proud. All right, to be homosexuals and lesbians. All right, when that's against the Heavenly Father's law. All right, that's why you're the man of sin. Is it not? All right. You're the one that do a lot of satanic worship, man. And you promote it, and you even cause or you persuade Israelites to get down with it, so that they can have the status of being a millionaire or a high entertainer in your world, and they know in that entertainment world, whether it's sports or in the movies. Now this is all said about you, Esau. You look up, and to be exact, the top tribe of you, Esau, which is Amalek, man. The Amalekites, man. You look up all these different corporations. You look up who is the co-founder or founder or owner of all these corporations and different, will they be big or small? Small or great. All right. But you look up the founders or owners. They always go back to those so-called Jewish people, man. Whether it's Weinstein, Epstein, Zuckerberg, Bilderberg, Rockefeller, Rothschild, Soros, Gates, okay? All of them call themselves Jewish. That's why they're able to do what they do, man. I was just watching news about Facebook, man, and how they violate people's privacy, man. That guy's a so-called Jewish person, man. He's one of those Amalekites, man. The Zuckerberg guy. All right, and that's why he's able to do what he do, man. That guy made all that money. Man, it boomed like this, man. Republishing people's republishing news. They in the a media scandal because they've been being mischievous with different media outlets over in Australia. I believe it was. It's been in the news, man, since last week, man. All right. And basically, that guy made so much money. He actually was threatening. He was threatening. The Australian government. All right, as far as what he cannot put up. And basically, they was trying to charge him for stealing publications of these media outlets. And basically, Facebook threatened to, basically threatened with legal action. All right. So, legal action and publicity action, as far as using a platform, use this platform to promote things. All right. And you already violate your privacy because you put everything on there. Law enforcement can get anything they want about you off of social media. All right. Just an example of wickedness they do, man. All right. But they involved in pedophilia rings, man. Those politicians, even ones of our people that's in that world, man. They into pedophilia, man. Real high up there in the pedophilia, man. All right. I'm always gonna bring up the Podesta emails, man. It's a whole pedophilia ring, man. And no one's still been brought to charges. Brought before Supreme Court, anything. I'm talking about to be tried. All right, because you know why? They run all that, man. See, if that was one of us, matter of fact, Bill Cosby a perfect example, man. Bill Cosby locked away, all right, but they don't have any proof of what he did, all right. They don't have any proof of what he did, but that man still locked away, which he sold out. So I don't really give a shit about him. I'm just using him as an example, all right, to show you how these devils work, man. All right, they'll you send out to them, they use you all up, and they get rid of you, man. Demonize you, get rid of you, man. Throw your ass in jail. Your ass gonna for sure die broke, man. Or you're going to be talking. As a matter of fact, the day you die, they're gonna talk bad or evil about you, man. So even when you sell out, man, they still shit on you, Jakes, man. All right. When the Esau people die, you don't hear shit about them. All right. You don't hear shit about Edomites, man. They die. It just swept under the rug. Swept right under the rug, man. Set this down. Now, this is book of Psalms. The book of Psalms, chapter 10, starting at verse 1. And it reads, damn, Michigan weather, it's like it. Psalms chapter 10, verse 1. It says, why standest thou afar off, O Yahweh? Why hidest thou thyself in times of trouble? Which the Most High, he's not going to hide himself from us faithful Israelites, man, that remain faithful to him. All right, he's not going to hide himself from us. All right. The Most High, you got to remember, the Most High is long suffering. All right. Now he's going to act and move when he wants to. All right. It's not up to us to to force the Most High's hand or anything. He's gonna act according to his own will. All right. You just be patient. That's why the scriptures speak about patience. All right. In this flesh, man, this flesh is so weak, man. So it may seem like it's taking forever, a long time, man. But you gotta be patient. All right. Verse 2: the wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. Right. The wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. All right. Why you think we're a part of Esau's wicked counsel about this so-called domestic terrorism shit, man? That's him acting in his pride to persecute us, so he can demonize us and try to destroy all the men of the Lord. All right? But that's his goal, man. That's his whole goal, to do away with men of the Lord. All right, he wants to do away with Israel, but starting with the men of the Lord, because we have this truth, man. We have this truth, man. We have the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the scriptures. And that's a threat to the so-called white man. All right, it's not that like I said, we're not a physical threat to this devil, man. But he's gonna betray us that way. He's gonna demonize us into being this physical threat. Just